Hey there, I'm Madison.
And I'm Harper.
And we are your occupational therapist. We have planned an obstacle course for your kiddos today.
We're showing you how to create an obstacle course in your home. You can use objects that you find around the house. You can get creative with it. And today we're just going to give you some examples, and we'll be using an Indiana Jones theme.
The obstacle course is designed for children who are 7 to 10 years of age. Boys and girls can participate because Indiana Jones is fun for every child. It's an adventure. It's supposed to encourage the kid to be courageous and brave. And the activity works on a multitude of different skills that we would work on in therapy normally, like balance, motor coordination, gross motor movements, proprioceptive input,
and a lot of other things. Let's get started. Indiana Jones, I need help. The bad guys stole my treasure and I need to get it back. Thankfully, I thought all hope was lost, but they left behind pieces of a treasure map. We're gonna have to cross a lot of obstacles to get it back, but I think we can do it. Can you help me?
To show that you can use any items at home to make this obstacle course, Harper is going to explain. First, the child will put on a costume and transform into Indiana Jones. You can use any shirt, pair of pants, hats, whatever makes the child feel super cool and confident. For the second step in the obstacle course, they're going to crawl under the barbed wire. For this activity, we've chosen to use a bench and a blanket. You could use anything, rope, if you wish. Next, they will climb over the rocks. We have used these tiny little blow-up steppers to climb over rocks. At home, you could use a pillow if that's easier. Then we have walk across the tight rope. So we have indeed found a very small rope that we are going to use. You could use a sheet. You could use a tile on the floor, anything you want. Then we have sit and spin 2 times around. Now we have a literal sit and spin, but the child could stand and spin, or they could sit and spin on the ground. They could also use a blanket, whatever they need to do to sit and spin. Then they're going to take the flashlight. We have a little light up toy, but you could use a literal flashlight at home or an iPhone if that's convenient, to explore the cave and find the missing pieces of the treasure map. The pieces of treasure map have numbers 1, 2, and 3 written on them so that they can piece the treasure map together at the end of the obstacle course to find the treasure.
All right, Indiana Jones, it's time to get ready for your mission. You need to get your gear on. Let's go. All right, the first thing you have to do is army crawl under the barbed wire. Great job, Indiana Jones. All right, now you have to jump across the rocks to escape the shark-infested water. Now, walk across the tightrope. Make sure you have your balance. Now you have to get on the sit and spin 2 times. Uh-oh, you're in a tornado. Great job, Indiana. Now we gotta explore the cave. Grab your flashlight and let's go. Now a piece of the map will be inside the cave. Can you find it? Piece number 1. Great job!
The child will complete the obstacle course 2 more times with less verbal instruction from the therapist as shown here to find the last 2 missing pieces of the treasure map.
Okay, Indiana Jones, you found all 3 pieces of the treasure map. Can you put it together? Great job. Now can you tell me where you might find this treasure?
Next to a tree.
Is there a tree in the room?
There's a tree.
Oh, let's go look. Did you find it?
I got the treasure.
Oh, thank you, Indiana Jones. You saved my treasure from the bad guys.
There are many different ways that you can grade up or grade down the obstacle course to meet your child's needs. One way that you can grade up is that you can use different clothing that have levels of difficulty with Velcros, zippers, buttons, different objects like that. You can also dodge different obstacles. You could climb over things like pillows, bolsters, towels if they weren't getting enough input. You could jump if you needed to, jump off the tightrope, or you could jump off of the rocks if that was more challenging. You could actually raise your tightrope if your house permits. That would make that harder. You could spin more than 2 times around on the spinny sit, and you could also hide the objects in the cave more in depth and make them look for longer times.
Okay, and then to grade down this activity, you could use costumes that do not have fasteners or Velcro or buttons and that sort of thing. You could have the child crawl on their hands and knees. You could have them jump a much shorter distance or step across the rocks instead of jump. You could make sure that the tightrope is on the ground or shorter in length. You could have the child spin only 1 time on the sit and spin, spin while standing, or maybe just not spin at all. And you could not hide any of the objects in the cave in a difficult place, and make sure that there's some light inside the cave.
To be clear, the incentive for the obstacle course to have the child complete it 3 times is to gather all 3 pieces of the treasure map so they can put it together and find the treasure to complete Indiana Jones's mission and beat the bad guys.
And remember, you can get creative with this. Have fun with the different objects you find inside your house. You can switch up the activity even and have a different theme. Just get creative and have fun.
We hope you enjoyed this. We hope it helps, and we hope that you have a lot of fun building obstacle courses for your little ones.
Go occupational therapy.
Bye.